Good morning. I'm Cynthia.
Okay.
Good evening. I graduated from Kuto last year, and a back-end engineer. Like I'm currently software engineering in West Africa. So, what got my interest in tech? I don't know. I just feel like I've always had a tech people. So, eventually I developed the interest and also. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Amarachi. Currently level computer science for student of youth. Also a cloud DevOps engineer. What got my interest in tech is that I heard there is money. Good morning everyone. My name is Pepper. 400
Sorry,
level.
we didn't get your name.
My name is Pepper. Before
Your purple. Oh,
Pepper.
okay, I like that.
400 level video student. Um, Sincerely, I got into tech the lifestyle I see myself sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to work at home or wherever I find myself. Okay, good morning everybody. My niche in tech is data analysis.
Okay.
Okay, good morning everybody. My name is Peace, as well, and I'm a student of chemical engineering, corporate level, Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I'm into data analytics and currently transitioning into machine learning. So my reasons for choosing tech is same as my reasons for choosing chemical engineering as because of them. So basically, I want to be able to optimize processes and products, make them better by combining the use of technology and engineering, make them better, more eco-friendly. Yeah, so that's basically what I mentioned today. Morning, everyone. I am Ukla Sarah, a former student at State University. I'm a front-end engineer and also venturing into product management. I like the, like you said, your small unit, and I like product management because I like solving problems. Hello everyone. My name is WTM I'm a kindergarten caregiver. I graduated from Imo State University last year, and my niche in tech is education teacher assistant. And I am interested in the career of comfort remote job. Good morning, everyone. My name is Okiri Bifimo. I'm a 500 level student from that side. I'm a front-end developer. I got into tech out of curiosity.
Okay.
Straightforward. Anything is in it. And join tech because I wanted to have a skill. And my niche is in technical. Hello everyone. Good morning. My name is Olivia Opita. I'm a back-end developer.
Okay, all language you right.
Language, oh, we go to the yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason why I joined them
Come on.
My name is Alex. I'm from the I'm a front-end behaviors heavy. So is an API actually that used to create
Okay.
and the company why I love actually because I love people design. And the company is that I should create videos. I think I actually use the guy.
Nice. Interesting. Welcome, Alex.
Good morning, all.
Good.
My name is Ogosachi Emmanuel. I'm mostly known as Atomic Integral. Alright, so I graduated from the Federal University of Technology. I'm a front-end engineer. And the reason I got into tech basically, I just love building things. So that is it.
What's going on? Like, I'm hearing people say back end engineer, and then guys are just like front end. What's going on?
You don't want stress.
You guys running away from this thing.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Mr. Chima. I'm the current GDS lead in SU.
Okay.
I'm a founder level computer science too. I'm a front-end engineer. And yeah, easy for getting into tech. First of all, passion, curiosity, and money. Yes.
Okay. Please put your hands together. Cynthia.
Sorry. Okay, my name is Mary Cynthia. I'm content engineer at Receive Africa, WTM Ambassador at. I'm just in there to solve problems, have my own money, and yeah, just
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for coming to our event today. Okay, so are you ready? Okay. Thank you everyone. Okay, I'm just going to run my introduction. It's very brief the first time. So my name is Cynthia Bowman. I'm an iOS engineer and my journey into tech started from the Department of Computer Science. So after my graduation, okay, it was from the department that I took interest, okay, and this good question. So after my graduation, I started a freelancing job because I needed to get the experience. I started my freelancing jobs. I took some jobs from different people, tried to solve problems, and then I landed a role at a tech institute called DocTech. So I was introduced to, I had to teach Scratch for Arduino. I used Arduino and Scratch together to solve problems. So after that, I started my own company. It wasn't really like a big company, but did something for myself. So, and then that was like giving a name to what I was doing. So I could interface with other companies and say, okay, I'm solving this problem, I'm doing this, let's work together, something like that. So after then, out of curiosity and keen interest, I dived into mobile development. I joined a technical program at Lagos, where I was trained to become a professional iOS engineer. After then, continued working with them, and since then, I've been able to work with different companies in Lagos. I was able to also work with EDEC. It's a video commerce company where the basic problem we solved was using videos to sell. So from a video, you can buy products. just by you're watching a video, maybe like a movie, like a complete movie, and then you see, oh, I like the shoe in that particular movie. You can just pause and then tap on the shoe, and then you can buy from that movie. So that was just that's like my brief summary. So we're going to call on Joy. We're supposed to play a game, but I guess it will come later. So let's just welcome our organizer, Miss Amadi Joy. Tell us what you're here for. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Are we not happy? So, like you said, I'm at the end. I'm a front-end engineer and the community lead for WTM Owerri, organizer for GDG Owerri. And I'm organizing this event with Cynthia, the madam at the back there. So she's WTM ambassador. So most of us, I know most of people chatted me up to ask what WTM is all about, right? So this is actually that time of the day when we explain what WTM is about. So WTM is actually the women wing for GDG, right? And it's a community organized by people to encourage more women in tech. So this and in the community we organize events like 3-4 times in a year. And this is one of the events that we organize, which is an annual event to celebrate all women in tech, those that are in tech, those that are yet to join, or OGs in tech, right? Here we have the top there. Ada, who happened to be our regional lead. Although Lara is the current regional lead. Most of you know Ada, right? Ada of Chico. Yeah. So she's actually the regional lead for GDG and part of WTM. And also Rara is also the regional lead for WTM. So as this IWD is not the only event we organize, we organize for panel session where we discuss the topic, we discuss and have conversations on it. We also organize workshops and trainings. Like the last hackathon partnered with Cora just ended. And most of people catch that. I don't know if any participant is there, but I doubt it. I think outside as people that actually brought them. Yeah, I think God is one of the participants of that Cora hack, and this team is one of the people that won the mention. So going forward, we also co-partner with Upscale, that WTM co-partner with Upscale to train people in tech. Where the training comprises both UI UX and web. These are the two basic areas we focus on. It's actually a 3 months training. One is currently ongoing. Now, I don't know if there's anybody here, but I know Evangeline was one of the people that started the last one we finished. We have partner with Genesis Network to run that event. So I beseech us to stay with relax and enjoy ourselves. Don't mind that we are few, others are coming, because most variety is according to the movement. So I think it's better to be few to get what you want to write. So I beseech us to stay with relax and enjoy yourself, have fun, and just make the best out of it. Because of course our team, which is there today. So let us dare to have fun today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. For the next speaker, okay, by 11:30, we are going to be joining. Someone's going to join you live. That's 4 minutes. 4 minutes from now, the speaker is going to be joining us, but it's going to be live. We're going to be she's just going to be joining from a laptop. So we just project to see what's going on. Okay. Before that, there's a game I want to play or want us to play. So just wait for next week. So can you tell me three sentences? So two truths and one lie. And let us decide. Let's tell you. Okay, let's guess which one is the lie. Okay. Who wants to try this? Two truths and one lie. Okay, three truths and one lie. Two truths and one lie. Can we just know me and not allowed to answer? Those who know me are not allowed to answer. Yes, those who know me, yeah, not allowed to answer.
Okay.
Yes, you know me. Okay, okay. I am above 20 years. I am in a relationship.
How will you do that? How will
And then my favorite color is purple.
you
So what's life?
And I know you're my friend. I know you're my friend. Yeah.
Okay, okay, well, let's try.
Man, is it like?
Okay, hello. I hope you find well. Uh, our talk today will be about incorporating machine learning into Node.js applications. We are living in an era where machine learning is transforming like the way we interact with technology. So sit back and get ready to learn how you can take your Node.js applications to the next level with machine learning. But first, of course, I need to introduce myself. So I am Marian Villa. I'm from Colombia, South America, and I'm senior full stack product designer at NodeSource. I'm also GD in web technologies. I'm part of Google Launchpad Mentor in UI UX, and I'm Women Tech Maker ambassador. So about I'm really passionate about combining technology with community development, and I'm honored to be sharing my knowledge and insight on incorporating like machine learning with your into your applications. So the discussion today will my idea is you gain valuable insights into your machine learning. How can I integrate with Node.js applications to create more efficient and effective solutions? So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm from Colombia, South America. As Colombians, we are proud of the diversity that exists in our country, including the many different shades of skin that can be found across our communities. From the Caribbean coast to the Andean mountains, we have a range of skin tones that reflects our unique histories and cultures. Yes, I am Colombian and Latina. With this clear, let's jump to the main theme of our presentation. As more and more applications become reliant on data-driven decisions making, machine learning is quickly becoming a critical tool for developers to incorporate into their applications. So Node.js, with speed, scalability, and ease of use, has become a popular choice for building these types of applications. However, incorporating machine learning into Node.js applications comes with its own set of challenge and best practice. So it's Colombia, not Colombia. As Colombians and also Venezuelans, there is one thing we all know and love, and that's arepas. In fact, according to the Colombian Academy of Gastronomy, there are 25 different types of arepas. Arepas are a food, it's like a bread. Personally, I firmly believe that nothing can leave your mood like a warmy, gooey Colombian cheese arepa. That's why I'm excited to share with you some tips and best practice to help you make the perfect machine learning integration every time. With these tips, your Node.js application will be an absolutely delight, and we will say un encanto. So wherever you are a seasoned pro or a beginner, join me as we explore like the secrets to making the perfect app. So let's get started. So the tips. Implementing machine learning can be a daunting task, especially if you are not familiar with the technology. But don't worry, we're here to help. So let's dive in. So the first step will be choose the right machine learning framework. So before diving into implementing machine learning algorithms in your Node.js application, it's essential to have a clear understanding of the problem you want to solve. This means defining the objectives, the data you'll need, and the approach you'll take to train and test your machine learning model. By taking the time to carefully consider the problem, you'll be able to identify the appropriate machine learning algorithms and techniques to use. Many machine learning frameworks are available, each with its own strengths and weakness. So when choosing a machine learning framework for your Node.js application, consider factors such as ease of use, community support, and the specific needs of your application. So popular machine learning frameworks for Node.js include TensorFlow.js, Brain.js, and ML5.js. So this code example is also written in JavaScript and use the TensorFlow.js library to create and train a simple sequential model with one test layer. The model is then used to predict a new input value. This is JavaScript code that use, as I said, TensorFlow.js library to create, compile, and train a simple neural network that can predict the output of a linear function. So the tip number 2 will be start with a simple model as the one we saw. So the second tip is when you incorporate machine learning to your Node.js application, if you start with a simple machine learning model, this will help you better understand how machine learning works and how to integrate it into your application. When a basic model works, you can gradually add complexity and refine your machine learning algorithms. So let's jump again to a code example. This code is written in JavaScript and use the Brain.js library to create a simple neural network with one hidden layer. The network is then trained on a small input and output values dataset and used to predict a new input value. So, for example, here we have something really simple as the one we saw in TensorFlow.js. So that's the idea. When you have like your model and you start simple, you can also, as I said, you can add layers of complexity when you advance in your application. So first, having your model training. So then the best tip I can give you is use the right data. It will be tip number 3. So the success for your machine learning model depends heavily on the quality of the data you use to train it. It's important to ensure that the data you are using is representative of the problem you are trying to solve, and it is high quality. So to ensure that your data is of high quality, it's often necessary to clean and pre-process it before feeding into your model. So this involves removing duplicates, dealing with missing values, and transforming the data into a format that is suitable for your model. So then you can jump to monitor and evaluate your machine learning model. So machine learning models can be difficult to debug, so monitoring and evaluating model as it runs is important. So use accuracy, precision, and recall metrics to measure your model's performance. Keep an eye out of any issues of errors during training or deployment. Once you have your model up and running, it's important to monitor it closely and evaluate its performance. So machine learning models can be difficult to debug, so keep an eye of these issues or errors during training or deployments is crucial. The tip number 5 will be think about scalability. So as you know, machine learning models can be computationally intensive, so it's crucial to consider scalability when incorporating machine learning to your Node.js application. One option is to use cloud-based services such as the AWS, GCP, or Azure to host your machine learning model. So these services can provide the computational power needed to run your machine learning models without putting like a strain on your application resource. So, oh, sorry, I have a mistake here. Okay, so we were in tip number 4 and I jumped to the end, but the tip number 5 will be scalability. And as another important issue about scalability is making sure that your application can handle like the increased load that machine learning processing may require. You may need to optimize your application code or infrastructure like to ensure that it can handle the increased computational demands. Tip number 6 will be use transfer learning. So this could help if you reuse pre-training machine learning models for new tasks. This can save time and computational resource compared to training a new model from scratch. So use transfer learning in your Node.js application to speed it up your machine learning development process. So I know we suppose not talk about Bruno, but I know it is important that you use like the right tool to test and monitor your machine learning model. That would be like the tip number 7. So as I said, I'm from Colombia, but I work for a company that has a product. That product is in Solid Console, and I think, and we are sure of that because we have an open source project that you can search in Google is benchmarknoter.com. And you can, of course, create a pull request and be there for the community to improve this tool. So this tool measure the different APMs or different tools to to applicate or to make sure like the Node.js application works in the right way. And compare with the traditional APMs, we know for sure we are the best APM for Node.js. So I recommend you, if you are training your model and you're testing and monitor your machine learning models, to use Solid Console to monitor your Node.js application to ensure the quality of your machine learning models, and also apply machine learning to your Node.js application because we have an integration there. The other thing is, I know you're ready now to fly on a donkey unicorn. I'm just kidding. So let's summarize the tips. The tip number one, it will be like choose the right machine learning framework. The tip number two will be start with your simple machine learning model. The tip number two will be use the right data. The tip number four will be monitor and evaluate your machine learning model. The tip number five will be think about scalability. The tip number six will be use transfer learning. And finally, the tip number seven will be test and monitor your machine learning models. So surely you learn something to do in your own app, EPAS. So that's all. Thank you. I don't know if you are backstage and you have like comments or something, because I know I'm alive and you are in an auditorium. So
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Thank you very much for this session.
now I lose you because I think you mute your mic. Okay, so it's an honor for me to be here and to be part of something immersive in Nigeria. I hope someday I have the opportunity to be there and get to know the beautiful continent and the beautiful country that you belong. So I'm really honored.
Now I
To
lose
Thank you.
because I think you mute your mic.
Thank you again and have a great night. Bye. Okay. I have the opportunity to be there and get to know the beautiful continent and the beautiful country that you belong. So I'm really fortunate now. Because I think you're used to me.
Say thank you, Miriam, even though you try to lecture. Okay, thank you so much. Our network is terrible, so I didn't really enjoy the lecture. So let's not switch out. Okay, thank you so much. Our network is terrible, so I didn't really enjoy the lecture. So let's not switch out. Okay, thank you so much. Our network is terrible, so I didn't really enjoy the lecture. So let's not switch out. Okay, thank you so much.
No, this one doesn't have this one. So give me the slide.
Hello everyone. Sorry, my question. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. Please, can everybody be on their feet? Because it's too dry. Please, can everybody be on their feet? Please. It will take time. Just be on your feet. I know we're not really used to the streaming live thing because even when I came in, I was wondering what's going on. Are we actually like having a lecture, full lecture? Because it was, I don't want to say that, but you understand. You understand. So let's just be on our feet, please. Talk to your neighbor. Like, look at your neighbor very well. Smile. Like that big smile. That very, you're not smiling. Please just come to your neighbor and smile. Tell your neighbor, no they play. Say neighbor, no they play. Say neighbor, we are serious. Thank you. Hello, Suja. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, it's delay, financial and everything are delayed. So the topic today is embracing discomfort for personal growth. So an icebreaker. This is going to be very engaging because it will sound somehow that we are preaching. After preaching, go back to our normal lives. It doesn't make sense. So I'll try to make it as engaging as possible. And then there will be questions. For anyone that gets questions, we have lovely packages, right? Joy, Abby, you get a nice package. Okay. So my first question is, when you get this embracing discomfort for personal growth, maybe you're talking to a senior colleague, somebody that's already doing well, somebody that you want to learn from, and then I'm going to give you guys this, just listen. So the person goes like this: you have to leave this to get here. You have to shift. You have to stretch yourself. You have to leave that area to get to what you want to be. So what's that area? That's not a question anymore because they actually showed the slide. So it's no longer a question. So I go to the next slide. Okay, so the first question for this topic, because this topic revolves around your comfort zone. I mean, you cannot achieve your dreams, achieve your big goals without actually making a step. So that's your comfort zone. We're actually talking about comfort zone. So the next slide. So from Google, comfort zone is a psychological state or a situation in which a person feels at ease because they're not doing anything new or difficult. Within the comfort zone, people only engage in activities that are familiar, making them feel in control of their environment. So all these are big words. Comfort zone is basically you're not stressing. I mean, it's like doing just dancing. I'm just trying to. Some people find it very easy to just hold their phone and do TikTok. So comfort zone is anything that you don't need to stress yourself. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to do any preparation before you can be able to achieve it. So just take comfort zone as that state of ease, that mental state of ease. Sorry, next slide. So I did something like a chain. You have your comfort zone, a discomfort, and then your achievable goal. So first of all, there is a goal that you want to achieve. And for you to achieve that goal, there is a comfort zone. So let's just picture this. I have a comfort zone that I don't want to stress myself. I don't like stress. And then but somebody is telling me, I'm supposed to need to achieve these big dreams. I cannot be in my comfort zone and be achieving that big dream. There should be some level of discomfort. And that level of
comfort vary based on individual. So maybe, for example, it takes me maybe a few days to actually like give myself a motivational speeches to achieve that goal. But then some people tell I have to do spiritual prayers. They'll do fasting and prayer. I mean, it's extreme. So that's like the discomfort. So the discomfort in between your comfort zone and the achievable goal. Sorry, next slide. And then what I'm also going to be talking about is for people that find it very difficult to actually like step away from their comfort zone to achieve that goal. So basically, we want to achieve a goal, but then when we think about the comfort zone, it's too big of a risk. So that's where this expansion of comfort zone comes in. So expansion of comfort zone is basically stretching your comfort zone. You're not leaving it. Because some people already like get scared. What's this girl saying? Maybe you say we're not going to leave our comfort zone. But expansion is basically just stretching it a bit without actually leaving your comfort zone. Please, next slide. So in my own terms, I see expansion of comfort zone as doing the unfamiliar things in a familiar environment. This puts you at ease while achieving your goals, and for the expansion to happen, okay, let's just stop there. So I already like said that expansion of comfort zone basically means doing the unfamiliar things in a familiar environment. So let's take this scenario. I give you a rubber band, and then I'm with a rubber band, and then I say, oh, let's try and stretch this rubber band. If I like, let me stretch that rubber band from here to there, and the other person is stretching it from here to here. Does it really change the rubber band? It's still a rubber band, right? The only difference is how am I stretching it? So, sorry, the next slide. So now, steps to comfort zone expansion. So the expansion is our rubber band. We're just trying to stretch it more. Yes, we want to achieve that goal. We don't want to stress. We'll just stretch it a bit. We're not stressing, we're stretching. It's just too big English. But the major thing is that we're not actually like doing a whole lot to achieve the goal. So the steps to comfort zone expansion, the first one is, I'll just list it out, but then in my next slide, I'll be explaining each of them. Identify your comfort zone, identify your goals, get a support, be open-minded, and do your familiar things. Sorry, next slide. So the first one is identifying your comfort zone. So before you can be able to start this comfort zone expansion, you have to know where your comfort zone ends. Some people's comfort zone is just sitting and watching you talk. Once you tell them, stand up, problem. And when you now tell them, oh yeah, stand up and come and talk in presence of people, just for it to go show. So the major thing towards this expansion is, first of all, knowing where exactly your comfort zone stops. Because if you know where your comfort zone stops, you can be able to know where to start the stretching. Then identifying your goals. For you to do that stretching, you want to achieve something, right? Because it's baseless when you are stretching, and then nothing, it's just all in vain. So for you to go through this process of expansion, you have to know your goals, know what you're actually doing, so that if after stretching, it won't be in vain and you're then achieving your goals. Then get the support. If you want me to overemphasize on this, I can talk from now to evening. This support is very crucial towards this expansion, because support system doesn't really have to just be a person. Because when I say support system, some people are already thinking, oh, my friends, people that are comfortable with it. Doesn't really just have to be your people or maybe just your friends. It can be a situation, it can be an item, it just could be anything that motivates you or makes you feel at ease while doing unfamiliar things. So let's take, for example, I know this must have happened to almost everybody here. When we were in primary school, and our parents want to ginger us to get first position, and then they know that this clothes we like, maybe, I don't know what to use, but maybe, no, as a primary school is very heavy. So maybe it could be something you like. Your parents know that you like this thing. And then they use that as a support for you to achieve your goal. So they'll tell you, my name is supposed to be like, you get first position this time. You see that shop right? Go there. You see that cafe? I like cafe, that's our business. You see that cafe? That cafe. So now you already have your comfort zone is not to stress. Because getting first position, you have to take a whole lot of things.
I mean, you have to sit down, read, pour your midnight candle, so it's stress. But then there is a support that I'm looking at. My support is I'm making that perfect. I'm going to go to that shop price. And then my goal is I'm going to get first position. Does it make sense? Sorry, the next one. Then be open-minded. This involves being receptive to new ideas and information and willing to accept what you do not know. So this is also very important because irrespective of you're doing this mental comfort zone stretching, you have to be open-minded. Because if you are closed-minded, oh, I don't want this, you don't even want to try. So even if I'm preaching the gospel of expansion, you're not willing to, I don't want to. You cannot just do this. So you have to be open-minded and say, okay, Kosi is trying. Kosi wants to prepare a solution to reduce the stress of me actually leaving my comfort zone. So that's the open-minded thing. Then the last stage is doing unfamiliar things. This is usually the last stage, but most times you end up doing them just before the previous stages, and that's the power of the comfort zone expansion. So most times, even unconsciously, you're already doing the unfamiliar things. So I'm going to use an example though, but this unfamiliar thing is that your goal. That thing you don't want to know about. But from the first of identifying your comfort zone to getting the support, to knowing your goal, during that process, you might already be doing this thing without doing it. So comfort zone is not static, it changes over time. I'm going to use a little bit of explanation, maybe a story to explain what I mean by this. So when I started out last year with small exchange of sex and JavaScript, so there was this local community that I used to talk about it every time. And there were different levels of people there, beginners, intermediate, experts, who were just there. And then, when you join a community, okay, let's state it out first. My goal was to be in a community. I knew from people the power of being in a community. I've seen people getting the benefits. I know that was my goal because you need to be in a community, I need to be active. But then, I didn't really want to stress it. The whole process of connecting with people, not like I'm not friendly or an introvert, but sometimes that thing is wrong. Connecting with people, shining your teeth, even when you don't want to shine your teeth, just to make sure that you are connected. So I started to observe the group for some time. The 10 times I was very there. Oh God. I said, what is this? Every time I'm going to school, I'm checking them. Ordinary English, somebody is speaking big technical terms. So I figured that was not like my comfort zone because for me to be going to Google, yes, it's good. Google is nice, learn, work. Sometimes that learning is stressing. So every time I reply somebody, I'm going to check what is this person saying. So it wasn't really like beginner friendly like I wanted, and it was me away from my comfort zone. I wasn't ready to do that. So that became a problem for me, and I needed to get a support. And what was my support? My first support was, there was this course I was taking. We had this Discord group where so many people that did like 3 years, 4 years are taking the course and are doing so well. Thank you. They were there. But the only difference is all those silly questions I have in my mind, I'll see people asking it like we just there, like it was normal thing. And nobody was actually like demanding them or anything. People were answering them like it was a normal question. Not like if I asked it in the previous group, nobody would answer me. But what I felt when I was in that group was away from my comfort zone. So I started observing the Discord group, the Discord course group, and seeing the silly questions I have in my mind, people asking, people getting answered. I said, oh yeah, question, now let's start with the silly question. I started my own, how to center a team, how to do all those stuff. And people were responding to me, were arguing different ways of centering a team. I mean, it was fun, and that was what was my comfort zone. Because yes, I'm talking, I'm doing that, I'm socializing with people without actually going to check for different tech terms. So that was like my comfort zone. So I started like talking, asking questions, getting answered, and all those stuff. And then the next step towards my comfort zone was another group, I think it should be EHC, Empower Communities, a ladies group. And those girls were fire. Like, they would share us in groups, tell us what our projects, post on Twitter, and then we're hyping ourselves, that chicken stuff. So it was the best support I could ever have. Most times, my support are usually like my parents or my friends. But at this point, your friend and your parents, it was still in my comfort zone, and I was doing that thing that on a normal I wasn't going to do. So from this story, okay, the ending of the story was right now, that previous group I ran away from, I'm there. Like I'm very active now. Like I do things, I talk to people, it's now a normal thing. I can see guy how far, hey, what is for me? But I don't do that on a normal, you get? So if I don't understand, not that they don't speak the technical, sorry. Not that they don't speak the technical whatever, but I was open and free now to go to the guys there and say that I don't understand this thing, explain this thing. I was free because support actually like helped me stretch my comfort zone. And I was doing that thing on a normal I wasn't going to do. So this story explains what I mean by comfort zone is not static, it changes over time. You get? So you might think that this is your comfort zone, not being able to stand in front of people to talk. But that's me. When you start, maybe get to a couple of your friends and just start gisting them a movie, that very sweet movie, you're just gisting them what happened. You are building yourself, you are growing. So you are in environment that you are very familiar with, and you are doing that unfamiliar thing. So any day you stand in the presence of people you don't know, it's not a big deal anymore. I don't know if you get what I mean. Okay. I think that's the last. So this is the last. And if I have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you feel you didn't understand anything I said at a particular point, like I said, it was going to be very short. So if you feel you want me to clarify on anything, you can do that now. Please don't be shy. It's just us. Any question? Should I ask? I should ask. Is there any other microphone? Because some people's comfort zone is sitting down and listening to me, not talking. Should I ask? Is anybody ready for my question? Okay. So I'm just going to point anybody randomly and we'll do this comfort zone thing. It's not a very simple question. Don't be shy. Who looks shy here? I'm seeing some people already hiding their face. Okay, let's go with you. Give me the mic. Okay. Are you ready? You have to be ready. Okay, so this is a very simple question. So from what I said, I actually said 3 things. Your comfort zone, being able to stretch it, and actually your comfort zone, your support, and getting to your goal. So randomly, it shouldn't be a big goal. What do you think on a normal you cannot do? I mean, if they tell you to do it, say like, I'm not doing this. And what is your support? There are 3 questions in one. First of all, or should we share it out? Okay, first of all, don't worry, you put me 3. So first of all, the first one is, what do you think on a normal you're not going to do? Like 50,000. And then, what do you think would be your support to achieving that?
Okay. The normal thing that I know that if you ask me, I can come out and do now. But I want to go do it. It's what I'm doing now.
Are you serious? I should do it. Oh, that's nice.
It's what I'm doing now. Like, you can't tell me, like, in my department, we are about 400. So you can't, like, tell me to come out in front of everyone, face them, and then ask me something, and then I'll reply. Without me. I'll have to stammer out.
Okay. So what?
My support is one day someone told me something. He told me that that they will not kill me. It's not like they will kill me or they will slap me. That I should just say last what they will just slap.
I was waiting for that last.
All they will do is just laugh at me and they won't kill me. Nothing will happen.
So how do you feel about it? I mean, you're doing it now.
I'm doing it.
Are you happy, right?
Still shy, but I'm doing it.
Okay, and you continue doing it in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So, who are we going with next? It's still the same question, so don't be shy. Should we go with you? Okay, let's try her. Yes. So, the same
question goes to you. What do you think you would do on a normal, and what's your support towards doing that?
To me, I can't see myself like when my friends want to being a writer will help me do stuff whatever I want to do. But I was like stress in it.
Okay.
I'm not ready for it. So the friend then talked to me about it. Then introduced me to a group of writers. So when I joined the group and I was seeing people like hyping out what is the new news stressing me and all those kind of stuff. I was like not ready. She was like at this thing is giving more. She was trying to watch to chapter.
So money was your support. Okay.
So he was I'm not ready to. So joining the group, collecting one she like they gave her like offer like what to write, so she like passed on to me. So seeing that my support is through her. Like she made me put more. So in order for me to do it, I also am studying English and Literary Studies. So my course also like gave me more courage to go for it. So that's why I'm doing that.
I like your story because that's really funny, Sha.
Exactly. Thank you.
So the last, but not thank you very much. The last is join the Women Technical Members Community today. I mean, if you want to see the pretty faces again, you can always join the group. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, but please, your hands together for her. That was a great lecture. It was very short, precise, and then she passed the actual information she wanted. She passed the knowledge across. And what I got from what she said was, everything in life is transactional. So in order to get what I want, I have to be able to sacrifice something to get it. So if you want to make straight A's, I borrowed this story from my friend. So she told me a story about how she made straight A's. Okay? And in order to do that, she had like sleepless nights through the semester. She wanted to cover up for carryovers she had. So she had to stretch herself. So everything in life is transactional. In order to achieve your goal, you have to pay a price. Put your hands together once again for Christmas. So they're going to be calling on the next speaker. That's Joy. Joy.
That is that slide.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Joy is going to be taking us on. Okay. So she's going to be taking us on keynote on speech. Please put your hands together for Amadikwa, Joy, and our organizer. Our friend organizer, sorry. Okay.
Good afternoon once again. Good afternoon once again. Scorsese, good afternoon. All right. So, please, can I get some slides? Can I get some slides? At least they cost 2 t-shirts. All right. So, I'm not going to again. I'm a front-end engineer at Cora. Like I said before, and if you're not here, I'm also the technical. I'm also the WTM lead. State, Owerri, right? So I'm talking about DareToBe. How many of us have actually researched about this thing before we get there? How many of us have researched about the team DareToBe? At least you have one or two things to say, right? Okay. So I should. All right. So when you hear the word DareToBe, what comes to your mind? No, say something that you have already said it, right?
Like breaking the norm.
Pushing out of the fear. Pushing out from. Oh, interesting. Anti-B. Okay.
I would actually say reaching your full potential.
Oh, wow. Let me see. We've already covered the topic. What else am I saying? Okay.
To become an action, especially as
Okay.
Okay, for me, I would say to do what you want to do against all odds.
What if the costs are very high?
Okay, DareToBe, I think, like she said, being yourself. Most of us are not ourselves. So if you are yourself, different from what other people have, tend to be yourself. That's just
Alright. Interesting.
mean that thing you're very scared of.
As you're carrying the baby, right?
I would say being audacious, like not seeking external validation, like to achieve your dream.
Okay. That's actually one of my topics. Okay, so I was saying all of us answered well. So don't need to explain it, right? So DareToBe is basically standing on this podium when you know it's not your team. So it's like pushing yourself more than you think you can achieve. There's one thing I did this time around because of the topic. I tried to want people to be one of our speakers. I'm so happy that they are one of our speakers. Because of the topic, like you cannot come and volunteer for not speak. Who does that? I am volunteering for DareToBe. So that's basically DareToBe. You need to dare yourself to do that thing you think is very difficult for you. No matter what the excuses might be. There's no excuse out there. Okay? So according to research I carried out concerning this, we discovered that about 49.48% of women, that's the population we have for worldwide. This is combination of men and women. So for the women, we only have this 49.48% of women. Then out of this 49.48% of women, we have 0.0086% of famous people, both men and women. It's not even up to 1%. Like, what are we doing? It's not even 0.1. Hello. It's not even 0.1. Like famous people will have, like we'll talk about famous people in the world, the whole wide world. This is what we have. And you tell me that there's no space for me out there to occupy the space. I need to occupy that space. I need to make it 0.00887. Or some fractions, I will up it to. I mean, me and you can up it a bit, right? So, with this research, I discovered that there's actually a place for everyone in this world. Like, the question I think you should ask yourself is, are you ready? And do you have the strength to take it? So, for us to dive deeply into this DareToBe, I would like us to ask this question today. What is your dare? Or what are your dares? One of my own dare is being poor. So I don't want to be poor. So that's
rich to be famous. You get? So one of, like I said, issue, I detest being poor. Like I detest being poor. So I need to push myself to break that line of poverty. Am I communicating? So you know what your debt is? Maybe you can write that down. You can put it on your pad or anywhere. What is your debt? What are your debts? What are the things you think you can overcome? Because I want at the end of this session, at the end of this event today, be able to at least have that confidence in you that you can get some things done. So I'm going to add some debts people can have, and inclusive of your own debts. You get. So one of the debts I point out is you should dare to be yourself. Don't even dare to be like Bossy. Don't even dare to be like Cynthia. Don't you dare to be like Angel. Don't you dare to be like Chiamaka. Don't even dare to be like Joy. Me, I'm fat, so. So just dare to be like you. Just dare to be you. Because you are actually the full package. But yeah, you can have mentors. You can be like, okay, I want to do what this person is doing, but I'm not going to be this person. Because I'm unique. You get? And one of the things that keep me going, like when I started organizing community events, after attending one event in Port Harcourt, that January, I went to that event with my friend Cynthia at Port Harcourt. That was basically the first event that I attended. And that's the event that changed my mindset about tech. I went to school. The mindset was after graduation, you can open salary cafe and start work. You get? So after going for that event, I actually got to understand that there are more to computer science, there are more to this thing that we are doing than opening salary cafe, than working as a cashier in bank, than working as a computer operator in some companies. You get? So I saw that letter that organized that I was like, if this lady can do this thing, then what is stopping you? So that was what convinced me into organizing that event in my school, when I was still schooling there. So another day I also want us to talk about this. I wanted to dare to challenge the status quo. You must not do things the way they are doing it. Like, we are not that stagnant. Like, okay, let me say this thing. I mean, not what to say. And we are organizing we are doing one wedding in our church. Yes. So, my mom used to be an interior and wedding decorator, right? So we went to church to decorate the place. So they are like, okay, this is where the bride and groom will stay. And this is how they are going to come inside. I was like, okay, we are like, I and my cousin Peter, but one must sleep in this pattern. That was my brother's wedding, yeah. Why must we follow this pattern? They are like, that is how the church set it. That's the way they normally decorate it. We are like, we are not following that pattern. Like this, you are not moving this thing from here to this place. I want to give this place the look I want it to have. I don't know, we kind of challenge that and get the new concept of decorating that particular venue rather than using the conventional way of doing it. Hence, you know that your challenge is actually one thing that will be beneficial. Try it out. Even if you are not sure that it's going to work, try it out. Am I communicating? So, another thing I also want to talk about is checking the status quo, and you can talk about maybe the organization that you're working. Maybe before you join the organization, you're not writing tests. For those that are already in tech, right? You're not writing tests for their codes. You can introduce that okay, and give them reasons why you should start writing this test, or reasons why you should start writing technical doc for any particular problem they want to solve. You get? So this is actually you contributing your own water in the organization, whatever what they are doing in the organization, right? So now let's talk about dare to dream big. I I think I want to, I'm having this feeling I should not tell you to drink it. Because I want to collect the bottle. I want to buy the bottle. But let me share them. I tell you to drink it. Drinking is not for people that are born with super spoons. In fact, people that are not born with super spoons are people that are meant to drink it. Because you want to be on the same status that you were born in. And what I see as an issue is we are born in this particular place, a particular standard. And you decide to follow that standard to your own lineage. I don't think it makes sense, right? You are born with this particular, maybe financial standard, now talk about financial standard. And you think that you cannot up it, but rather you want to maintain it or you want to bring it down. They will say, instead of bringing it down, why not maintaining it? But I will tell you, instead of maintaining it, why not push it up? Am I communicating? So you mustn't go with silver for you to dream big. Start dreaming big. Start visualizing big. Because we need it. Because tomorrow I can basically call you, Angela, please. I want you to sponsor my company or come and invest in my company. The least investment you're talking about is 15M or 20M. Angela will just be like, okay, send the account. And what's my percentage? What's the equity of this one? That's what we're talking about. This is actually a community that we're creating. And I think tomorrow, when we make it, or I want to start this picture, I will be very happy to say, wow, look at this person is bossy, right? This person is, please can you tell me that? So I want to call people's name here. Victoria. So I'll say this person is Victoria. This person is God Force, this person is for solution, this person is Cynthia. That I know this, I remember good old days. I saw some of the pictures we took in Orlando here. Even our first events. Yes. So see those guys now. I saw Andy there. And Andy now, Andy very fast. Oh God. So I saw all my prosper and all lots of them. They're big guys now. Yes. And I want to say to girls, like, once you look at those pictures, you feel like, wow, look at that statue was it. And this one he was also there. This one I was very child. She was so slim there, but now she said, you get the point. So dream big, that's what I'm trying to say. Dream big, so that I can call you to come and invest. You can call me to come and invest. I will just invest like in 2 countries. You get? Like also for DJs and the same. You need to dream big. So that maybe if this don't make it large, you can call please DJ Lamberto, please come and play this thing for us. Get? Now the big event, that's what I call about networking and connection. It's very important. So another thing I tell you to learn from your failure. It's not bad to learn from your failure, right? Some of us, depending on what you define as your own failure. Some people might say this event is not get up to the amount of student attendees. Probably is a failure. For me, I didn't see it as a failure. I see it as a lesson for future events. I won't make this particular mistake again. And I will continue going forward. Forward ever, backward never, right? And it's the next event that we're going to organize for the ladies. I'm going to be very massive. And this is basically the first history event we're organizing for the ladies. So that's why I'm not basically surprised. I'm even grateful for you that came because I didn't expect it. So I was even surprised that all of you are going to start online because everyone that can see registration, right? Some people joining virtually. So I meet you guys also. So I'm also telling you to make a difference. Making a difference in your society is very important. Like it's very, very, very important. And it's necessary. If you don't accept me, I'm accepting for you. You have to make a difference. Like there are some people that are in my team. So I was like, they are like, okay, they want to venture into tech something, but it's not showing in their area. They're not from Owerri actually. And the tech community is not showing in their area. And they are new in tech. And those kind of things. Starting something like this community where you will be very difficult for you. Truth or truth. So, so that's why I was like, okay, one of the most important things, you have the confidence that you're going to push it through. And she said, yes, she can. She had the confidence she can push it. But just that, when it comes to technical, she may not be strong. So that's why the talking come in play. Just network with guys that are already into the field. Why are network also keep learning? Organize events, it can be a virtual event. And it can be a virtual event, sorry. And kind of get people to talk on that event, invite people to talk. Second event might be one of the speakers. The third event and so on and so forth. And there's this of one of my colleagues. She wanted to start this tech community something. So it's her first tech community actually. So she asked me to come and speak on that event and talk to the ladies in her community. So as this is her first and just on she was like she wants to make a difference in society. That she doesn't want to just be sitting out there and getting things sent to her. She wants to make an impact. You can make impact by organizing events. You can make impact by supporting, by volunteering. You can make impact by inspiring others, which is the next slide. You can make impact by inspiring others. But this is actually you. What you do in the life of somebody will actually determine if tomorrow these people will remember you or not. If tomorrow this person will reach out to you for a job or not. Like this morning, one of the volunteers, the lady confidence, she's always our UI person, like person our graphics person. She always design her work for community events. So she reached out to me that somebody contacted her to build something for her. So I was like, okay, I'm not a mobile engineer, but I'll refer some people to her. So if maybe we didn't have that connection, she may not be able to reach out to me, right? If one or two ways have not inspired her, she may not be able to reach out to me. When we talk about inspiring, we're not talking about doing the whole big deal. You can start small. You can start by, okay, I like this your design, but I think if you do it like this, it will be better. And you can start by, okay, organizing small tech talk within your space. You can start by mentoring someone. Mentoring someone is not when you become in the level of Mark Zuckerberg or in the level of brand. So it's not about when you get to that top stage, not what I'm saying. That you can inspire someone or you can be a mentor to someone. You can start now. You get. So the next one I want to talk about is there to make your mark on the world. What is it that you remember for when you live in a particular community? For instance, if Blessing live, maybe she gets a job in Google, like what was this fan company. I remember as okay, she is actually a designer for WTM. Maybe she's the one that wrote this design. Blessing and this other lady, right? Sorry, I didn't get it. So they are basically people that wrote this, that did all the designs that we use for this event. So please let's clap for them. So I can remember them for the designs they did. You get, because they have inspired me. They have, through the process of the designs, I've learned one or two things from their design pattern and their design. And they also do the same from my end. And also from the ladies that I work with, from Evangeline, Olivia, this and that just for Kosi. Because they are many, I can't even measure them, seriously. Like they are also personalities. Like what's motivating them? Of course, give their contribution Those are the things I will remember. If I have job that suits a particular person, I can, or if it's a front-end job that I know I can go into, or probably I'm very occupied to do, I cannot sit here to do it for me. But she's a front-end person, I don't have for that. I don't understand. I can call someone else that does UI UX, like consolation, mobile app, just to do some certain jobs, since I cannot do it. That's connection, that's network. That's the mark, the place in my life we get to remember them with. So what can someone else remember you with? Probably when you live a particular place to another location. Or I don't want to say this, but it's still inevitable when you decide to leave us or decide to leave the earth to wherever you want to come to. What are you going to be remembered for? You get, so it's actually very important. Don't mind I'm joking with it, but yeah. So it's very important to be audacious with whatever thing you are doing. So because of this, I think I need all of us to stand up. I want us to do this exercise. So you know what you're telling yourself to be, right? You know what, okay, if I call you now, so now what is your tale? You know what it's going to be. So I want us to say, maybe your name, let me say for instance, Joy. I dare you to be rich. You know that kind of thing. Just measure your own and stretch your leg. Just add your hand. You are the owner of this place. Don't mind this person sitting beside you. If you don't want to shake, you can push like a what. You get? So I would like us to do it on a 1, 2, 3 go. All right, like us to do so. But you get the gist, right? You can do different things. Okay, I'm at Joy. You can call your name together. Then if I say go, you can say your name. So you can say, I'm at Joy. I dare to be rich, I dare to be great, I dare to be whatever. You get? So let's start 1, 2, go. Okay, thank you. It's like I heard somebody say, I dare to laugh. Okay, that's actually very nice. You need to be audacious with your goal. Don't be scared about anything at all. Because you are the one in charge there. Like, when you are coming to this life, you only came alone. Even if you are twin, one is shaking one first, for the other one comes. So, you came alone. You get the point. So, don't be scared about your goal, even if it's big, like very big. Let me tell you this story. I once worked with Ola Institute before I moved here to Lagos. Like I once worked here as a staff. So when I was working there, I think she was there and also my colleagues then they can attest to it. When I was working here, beside that place is my office. So after close of work, I do sleep at this place. So the next day I'll just change my clothes, wear my clothes. Stay back or step out to find something to eat. I'm doing it because not because I don't have a home to go to, but I know that if I leave this place, I travel back to my hometown, to Aba, and where my family has this. I may lose the passion, I may lose the interest. Then I don't have a house in Owerri. So what I used to do, I would just, after close of work, everybody will go. The manager don't know about that I was sleeping there. Actually, it's only the security people let Mr. Captain, the captain there. I had a mistake. Only him and one other security guy. My colleagues, the two guys, things I mentioned. That they are the ones that know that I was sleeping over. So at times I was sleeping, at times I go to their house. So those things are kind of challenges, right? One of the things that can probably discourage me from pushing ahead if I actually have allowed it to discourage me. So
After the next day, I just come back down. So I was doing this thing for some period of time, about in 2 months, 3 months, I can't remember what, how I it was about more than 2 months ago. So I used to shuffle between, and what I used to say that time is that my bag is my home. Because inside my bag, you have my clothes, my sponge and my soap, my toothbrush. Every I end up, that's where I'm going to sleep that night. The next day, I'm going to stop and start going to work. That was before I got an apartment. So those are stories, right? So if I didn't hear myself there, I don't think I would even be standing here to talk about there today. So the next thing I would say should be kind. Kind is very important. Being kind to one another is very important. Like you don't know who your kindness will help. You don't know who your kindness, the kindness you render can come back to pay back. So it's very, very important to be kind. So if I've wronged you before, sorry. Sorry. Was okay, so if I'm wrong you before, so I'm sorry about that. So, but it's very important to be kind. Kindness pays a lot. I'm already behind time. So I challenge you today to dare yourself to do something. Dare yourself to do whatever you want to be. Dare yourself to be you. It's very important. Don't be anybody. Don't be your parents. It can take, because there's what we call inheritance in programming. Inheritance is take some characteristics of your parents and add your own. That's what makes you unique, right? So you can be your parents, but has your own uniqueness in it. So you are actually under no limitation at all. And always remember the only limits that exist is actually the one that you set for yourself. So go out there and dare to be you. Thank you very much and
Please put your hands together for that was the Lord. That was the Lord staring. Out of all of them, which one did you remember? Let's be Alicia. Okay. When there's a lot of information, sometimes I get overwhelmed. Like I say, a lot of things. I need to pick some. Okay? But I want you to put something down. That's why you're given a jotter. So I noticed when they were talking, people were not actually writing. You can put something down so that later, just go through it. Okay, some people were writing, but not all, like majority. Okay? Just write something down. Dare to be you. So one thing I would say is have a clear picture of where you're going to. You can't just do what everybody's doing. Okay, this person said you have to be like that, you have to be like that, and you want to be like that. And then the next person is like, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then you change. What is causing all those confusion is because you don't have a clear picture of where you're going to or what you want to achieve. So if you have something strongly in your heart that this is what I want to do, okay. Generally, this is who I want to be. And then you break it down. Okay, this year, for me to take a step close to where I'm going to, this is what I have to achieve. So we just keep doing that till we finally get to our destination. Please put your hands together again for joy. So I'm going to call on our next speaker. Okay, the next speaker is Adora Wodo, and her topic is creating an attractive software developer portfolio. Right. Okay. We're going to spread our network is not as far as it was. So we're going to be taking an online lecture again, a presentation from Adora.
No, it's Australia. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Adora? No. Hello.
Hi, yes, I can hear you. I was trying to share my slides, so the entire like window was blurred.
Let's let's hear from Adora Wodo, please. Put your hands
Really,
together for
can everyone hear me? Can anyone
So,
hear me?
so we can hear. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Please could you bring up my slide um to the StreamYard so that it's projected. I've shared it. My slides are right there.
Okay, share your slide.
Yeah, but they're still in the background. So please could you bring them up to the show?
I'm the one take. Wait, no, that's easier. It's already loud. Really loud.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. Apologies I couldn't make it physically. Would have loved to. But still,
Okay,
it's
guys.
still nice to be able to be in front of you and talk about creating your portfolio. I hope this um, conversation is very, very useful to you, and I hope that you benefit from it in every way. So, yeah, today I'm going to be talking about creating an attractive software developer portfolio. But before I get right into the main gist, I want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Adora, and I'm a software engineer currently building mixed reality on the cloud at Microsoft. I am also an author of three books. My books are around the cloud and are DevOps related. I plan to maybe do other non-DevOps books in the future. Who knows? But this is what I have right now. I'm also on the advisory board for VRARA Nigeria, the Global VRAR Association. There's a Nigerian chapter, and I'm on the advisory board for that.
So how about
And I'm a digital creator. I share, digital content online about how to start and grow your tech careers across YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to define what a portfolio is. Portfolios are a great way to demonstrate the competencies that you would like to list on a resume or talk about in a job interview. They allow you to show and not just tell. During a job search, the portfolio showcases your work to potential employers. It presents evidences of your relevant skills and abilities. And you can build your portfolio depending on your skill sets across multiple places. As a front end developer or as a product designer, you could have a website as your portfolio that has links to other websites that you've built or designed so that people can actually see how beautiful and responsive, they look. As a data scientist, you could have like a website that shows all the different data analytics things that you've done. I know that people usually do data analysis on Twitter. For example, maybe when there's a current conversation, trending conversation, NSAS, Nigerian elections, Big Brother, sometimes the data analyst will come up and say, "Oh, I curated all this data, about this thing, and and this is what people are talking about. These are the percentages. This one has this one. So representing that data, analyzing it. Sometimes people will tweet about it. So you could always that's also some kind of work that you've done. And a portfolio could be a collection of those different kinds of works. And the goal, in all of this is to show your skills and your abilities. So typically, your portfolio would have a career summary, your skills and certifications, if you have any experiences, work experience or freelance experience or work projects that you've done, or you've done any side projects, you can add that. If you have some kind of education you'd like to add that you feel would give you an edge for job searches and things like that, you can also add that. In tech for if you volunteered in tech for different kinds of communities as well, you can also add that. So now let's talk about your career summary. A career summary is typically something that maybe you would put on the first page people come on your portfolio. So it could be either on, like, the homepage of your website. That's like one place, right? It could either be the homepage of your website, or if you're using GitHub for your portfolio, it could be your GitHub profile, that homepage as well. Or it could be your LinkedIn bio. Um, but it's usually like a short summary that highlights things that you are interested in, experiences you have, and different things that you've accomplished, for your career, so that people just reading that have a sense of whether you are the kind of candidate that they should even continue looking at their portfolio, or they should scroll to another person. And this is like an example of a career summary, and it reads: upcoming BSSC graduates offering a strong foundation in software engineering and programming principles across multiple platforms, experienced in object oriented programming, developing, testing and debugging code, designing interfaces, and administering systems and networks. Quickly learn and master new technologies, successful working in both teams and self directed settings. This is typically something that you could use in like your LinkedIn. If you want to put this on your homepage of like your website, you could just format this into one paragraph as opposed to bullet points. But something short that basically summarizes your careers, your abilities, your interests, your experience. Make that your career summary. If you are one of those people that carry aspiring software engineer, tech enthusiast, aspiring product designer, please remove it. Because the truth is, I believe it does more harm than good to you in your journey. Because most times when people want to hire, they are not looking to hire aspiring software engineers. They're looking to hire software engineers, right? Roles are software engineering intern, junior software engineer, not aspiring software engineering intern. Aspiring makes it look like you have the dream, but you've not started doing the work to get you there. And it's doing you more harm than good if you're putting this anywhere in your portfolio or anywhere online or even in your resume. If you are a software engineer, you are a software engineer. If you already write code, even if you're not started writing complex code, you are a software engineer. You are just a junior software engineer. So don't put aspiring anywhere. It's not good for you. It doesn't help you a lot. So now the next thing I want to talk about are your skills and your certifications. If you have that, you can always add it as part of your portfolio as well. So if you have like programming language skills, if there are different frameworks that you've worked with, let's say you know how to use Vue.js, you know how to use React, you know how to use Next.js, you know how to use Node, you know how to use, all these different JavaScript frameworks. Add that as part of your skills. If you've gotten a Udacity certification for JavaScript, if you've gotten a certification from Data Camp for a data science related course, you can add those different things. It definitely helps a lot. So now let's talk about other things like awards. So if you've been awarded anything as well, you can add that as part of like your certifications. Um, I put soft skills there, but not soft skills like, oh, right, communication, team player. Those kinds of things, it's not you that will tell somebody that you are a good communicator, or you know how to work well in teams, or you know how to work well under pressure. I don't think it's necessary to add that. When I say soft skills, I mean highlight your experience in such a way that your soft skills show. For example, if you want to tell a story around a hackathon that you were a part of, you could write that, oh, I was a part of the Women Tech Makers Owerri hackathon 2 weeks ago. We were a team of 5 people. My team and I built a plagiarism detection system, and I was in charge of the back end. I wrote it in Node.js and I implemented this. My other team members did XYZ, and we had issues, but we were able to solve it through that. We finished in time. Kini, kini, kini. When you say all those kinds of things, when you highlight, that kind of thing, like you summarize, you give a summary of maybe the hackathon, for example, it shows soft skills. It shows that you are someone that can work in teams because you did not work alone. It shows that you are someone that can meet deadlines, because hackathons are not the easiest thing to do, because they're usually like one weekend or sometimes 24 hours. So for you to build a full product in that time is something. It shows that you are able to take an idea and develop it. It shows that you have management skills, leadership skills, because you'll be managing people and leading them to building the product that you will end up demoing on demo day, right? So although you do not specifically highlight those soft skills in your portfolio, the story you've told about a hackathon has highlighted those skills for you. So that's what I mean there by soft skills. And then, if you have any other certifications, you've done the Google exam or the Azure exam or the AWS exam or the Kubernetes exam or any kind of certification for any different field that you are in. I mean, I'm using these examples because I'm a cloud engineer and those are the ones that I know. But any kind of certification for any field that you are in, if there's a product design certification or a front end certification or a product management certification, make sure you add them as well. It would really, really, really go a long way for you. The next thing I want to talk about is your experience. So if you've worked for 2 years as a freelancer and 1 year as an intern, add it, add your years of experience, add the previous teams you've joined, the previous projects you've worked on. Even if you are maybe covered by NDA, like you are bound by NDA, that some certain things that you should not say in terms of detail, I'm sure that you can specifically breeze through some projects that you worked on, just to give people idea that you can actually build, the kinds of things that they're looking for. Summarize your previous work. If you have work experience that you can talk about, whether it's internship or full-time work experience, talk about it. You should also talk about projects, right? If you have open source contributions that you've done, please talk about it. If you have personal projects that you've worked on, please talk about it. Maybe you built something by yourself, right? You can talk about it in your portfolio, right? This is something I've built, or I am an open source contributor for this, particular project, or for these different projects. I built this projects with my friends 2 months ago, and we sold it for $5,000. Things like that. I worked on other side projects as well while I was working at my job. I built this thing, and I built something that would automate some things for me. For example, I found out that I was always getting stressed out when I wake up in the morning. I find it hard to, like, schedule my tasks and do blah 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 blah. So I built a customized AI, like I built a customized conversational AI tool to help me start my days better every morning. A tool that keeps tracks of my to-dos and tells me everything I have to do today instead of me blah 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 blah. Things like that, right? You can solve problems. There are problems around you. You don't have to be in a job to see a problem and solve it. So you can even start building your portfolio now with these projects, even if you don't have work experience, especially as an entry level person. You can, build a lot of these projects, maybe like 3 or 4, put them in your portfolio and start sending, those links out for people to look at them, and start, tweeting about your portfolio website, tweeting about those links. If your portfolio is on LinkedIn,
if your portfolio is on Hashnode, wherever it is, you can start tweeting about these things. And then, people will now start finding those links and hopefully calling you. I believe that LinkedIn is something that you should use to the best of your advantage. But we'll talk about that in a second. I talked about hackathons as well already before. One thing hackathons do for you in terms of employers is that it shows the employer that you are someone that can collaborate with people, because the hackathon requires you collaborating with people extensively. The next thing is your education. So if you have a bachelor's degree or you have a master's degree or you have a PhD or other kinds of degrees, or you have, maybe you've been a part of any fellowship or anything, any kind of thing, summarize all your schoolwork there. Summarize anything you have in your degree there. If you don't have a degree, it's also fine. You can skip that part, right? Many people in tech anyway don't have like formal education. The most important thing is that you are constantly learning and embracing change. So even if you don't have like formal education, I believe that's still okay. Next thing I want to talk about is volunteering. So, if you've ever volunteered in tech, maybe you've mentored people, you speak at events, you help plan community events like this, or, you know, you are a volunteer in any way, any other way in the community, you can add that to your portfolio as an extracurricular activity that you do. I've seen that nowadays people are more interested in technical people that are involved in the community than just only technical people. It depends on the role at the end of the day, because there's some, especially when it comes to like women, right? I once met a female founder that became so interested in me, and like, started liking me, and we started having like, deep conversations and things like that, because she found out that I was doing something for women in STEM, and she also has, an affinity for women and is trying to drive change for women in STEM in her own country, right? So if you are in that scenario, if you are in a job that requires volunteering, maybe you are trying to do DevRel or community management, then this would be a requirement for you. However, if it's just a technical role or a product design role, then this is a nice plus. But if you can do it, I would advise that you should take advantage of these platforms for your portfolios. If you build a portfolio website, or you build or you use like maybe something like Hashnode or something to create that portfolio for yourself, please share it on social media, share it on Twitter, right? If you are a developer, your GitHub can be your portfolio. If you are a designer, I know they used to use Dribble before, I don't know what they use nowadays, but you can also make that your portfolio, right? What, regardless of the kind of professional you are, you can build a portfolio on LinkedIn by constantly sharing things you learn, things you build, things value that you add in the ecosystem, right? And finally, you can just build like your regular portfolio websites. And the next thing I want to say is that networking is key. I can't stress this enough. I know a lot of times nowadays everybody is talking about building a personal brand. At this point, that branding word, I feel like if we start finding people that say the word brand in tech, we'll be very rich. We'll be very, very rich, because they use that word a lot. A lot of times they use it unnecessarily. The main thing for me is that networking is key. Make sure that you are always networking with your superiors and your peers. When you're starting out, that would help you a lot. Your superiors would help, connect you to opportunities, connect you to things that can help you grow, whether it's jobs, whether it's opportunities to learn, whether it's different kind of apprenticeship programs. It will connect you to opportunities, right? The next thing is that networking sideways would introduce you to people that are like you, people that are trying to learn, and you people can learn and grow together. It can also connect you to opportunities, because once one person in that your network goes to work in a company and that company is hiring again, and most times hiring conversations start internally. People ask, oh, do you know anyone that you think will be a good fit for the role? And that person can think of you. So, right, it's important to network not just above, but sideways as well. Yes, so I am done at this point. Thank you for listening. I don't know if the organizers have time for a Q&A or we want to move to the next session. If they have time for a Q&A, I'm open to taking the questions now. However, if they don't, you can tweet your questions at me and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Okay, please share. Adora. Do you have any question? Question. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful section. I actually got this part of the I worked on a project project.
Really struggling to hear. If that's a question, can someone type it in the chat for me so that I can see it and respond?
She asked you why you're typing.
Okay. I guess I had lots of projects and I have a GitHub account, but I never knew that I could actually share my I don't know. Okay, I want to ask, can I share my GitHub, my work on my portfolio on GitHub or my LinkedIn? Is there a way of doing that? Or I have to meet this person and say, okay, I have a portfolio on LinkedIn and then I will share with the person. Or there's a special way of sharing it on LinkedIn so that people can see it.
Can you recap?
I mean, your LinkedIn is your portfolio. Your LinkedIn can be your portfolio depending on how you use it. And the amazing thing about LinkedIn is that there are millions of people on that platform. So if you use LinkedIn right, I mean, there's no if you have a different portfolio, maybe as a website or your GitHub is your portfolio, you can always put the link to that in your LinkedIn. There's even a place for you to put links on LinkedIn. You can add the links there. But your LinkedIn can be your portfolio. And the point is, if you have that set up and you're using LinkedIn very well, people will find you. And there are millions of people. It's like you won't even need to send anybody any link because everybody is already on LinkedIn. Your portfolio is also on LinkedIn. So the people on LinkedIn can see the work that you are doing. So I would always even, especially for newbies, a website is nice, but I would always like them to focus more on GitHub, Stack Overflow, Twitter, LinkedIn, things that have people already. Places where people already exist, where somebody can stumble on your portfolio by mistake just by searching some keywords, as opposed to a full blown site. You can have a full blown site as well, no problem, but don't let that be your focus.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're
Any
welcome.
other question? Any other question? You can
They should drop it on.
drop it
You want to ask again?
on LinkedIn or Twitter. Okay. Another.
Can we use the same pattern for other niche apart from discussing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you are a software developer, you can, build a portfolio as maybe your portfolio could be your LinkedIn or your GitHub, or you could have a different website. If you are a designer, your portfolio could be Dribble or I don't know, all these other Pinterest or something, I don't know, and you can have your own website. If you are a front-end developer, your portfolio could be a website and you would share links to other websites that you've built, right? If you are a project, I use data analyst as an example of as well, where they do like different things, they analyze like different kinds of data and they just constantly share it. That's also building your portfolio. A portfolio is a collection of works that you've done, right? However, it is you choose to share that work depends on you, right? If you're a project manager as well, I don't know, like the different use cases that PMs have to do, all those different things they do, right? A PM can actually create customer scenarios and use cases and do a whole story around it and share that as their portfolio as well. The cybersecurity analyst can also share things in their portfolios as well, right? So it is not just limited to software engineering. So far as you do work, anybody can decide to share the work that they do, and a portfolio is just a collection of the different kinds of works you have done.
Okay. Do you have any other question? You can just text. Okay, you can go to YouTube and enter your question. She will attend to you there. Okay, please. Let's put our hands together for our girl. Okay. That was a wonderful session. And building your portfolio is a key thing and very important if you're going to have jobs and get noticed. You want people to see you, what you're doing or what you've done before. Put everything out there. From there, you can get just creating a LinkedIn account and putting in all your experiences, everything down there can even boost you. And then anybody, maybe people will start reaching out to you, asking, okay, have you done something like this? Would you like to work with us? So it's very, very important. Please let's put our hands together for her again. Okay, I'll be introducing my co-moderator. Okay, she has an exam, so that's actually joining us. Please stand up. Jam your hands together for her. I was expecting to ask questions. Honestly, this is like one of one. So please, have questions, ask her. She's very, very available on Twitter. I feel on Twitter. So if you want to ask her a question, just tag her, and ask her question. She's very, very accessible. Okay, so our next speaker. Okay, we're going to be calling on the sponsor representative, Smart Data Web Solution. Please, please put your hands together for. Please put your hands together for her, please.
My name is Children. The data analyst. It's smart data. My name is Chiwe. Chiwe. I'm a data analyst. Smart data warehouse.
Go to GDG.
I'm not a good sponsors. We are here to identify this great effect. Before I go on with what I want to share, because I want to express our gratitude to organizers, women, and tech makers for giving us the opportunity to be part of this great tech event. I'm so happy that such innovation exists, but we are within an environment here. And having women share such an event, something that is honestly. It's an assurance that in the future there is going to be an enhanced opportunities that will attract more talent with everybody. And as a lady, I believe so much that something that women put their mind to. Usually comes out with responsibility. So please, I want to focus for the first thing. I'm sure if you want to what are they eating? You know, and we are grateful. Like I said earlier, we are smart data warehouse solutions. We are an IT company and we operate here in Owerri. Yes. We have two major areas of operations: consultancy services and manpower. Our primary goal is to bridge the gap between classroom theory work and industry experience. We use our expertise in helping organizations to configure highly optimized data stores, its performance, safety, and security. We help them to derive business insights from their assets. Like the both data analysis and analytics. We organize fostering programs that can help them develop their skills. All these things in here is just to help serve the students, professionals, graduates, postgraduates, anyone that have interest in IT sector. And we do that in our capacity. Like we provide paid internship programs, where mentorship, career counseling. I might also interest you to know that our Canadian associate company bank certificate. We are optimistic that our products will exploit job opportunities in our world, especially because yes. So if you have any questions to ask me or you want to make requirements, we are now. But I want to say about that. You know, based when Joy was saying something today, she said something about DareToBe. And she did a little exercise before. She said, stand up, say your name, and tell us what you get to do. We're measuring two different things at the same time. So in my mind there, I just said, can somebody please create be rich and special and be rich and be great and the other one is special. So I was asking myself, as a person, as a human being, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be successful. I believe success covers all these things, you know, and every successful story starts with you. So if you've not started this journey, or you have started, but we are finding this one step or the other challenge, I believe this is the best platform to do that, you know, because every success story starts with a decision. So on behalf of Smart Data Warehouse Solutions, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Just, if you have more, any question, query, or how everything is done, just meet her there at the back of just at the back. She's supposed to be moderating, I don't know where she's come on. Okay, our next speaker will be having one of us called Chiamaka Irie. He's a round of applause for Chiamaka Irie. You should clap for let's come and take the back. And she was speaking on how she got her first remote role after a few months of transitioning into tech. So please. Another round of applause.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. You're happy? Say hi. Okay, so I'm Chamaka. I want to say thanks to the organizers. You guys are doing a very great job. Actually, technically, and everyone, DJ, media guy, and the lovely audience. audience, everyone, male, female, nice to see your beautiful faces. And so talking about how I got my first remote role, a few months of transition into tech, I just want to say it just to motivate people because happen to be in an era whereby there are many, let's say, agents of bad news here and there, like AI is here, there's no job in tech, there's a crunch, there is a downturn of jobs, and there are many people who are like not really in the right field. And I actually experienced something like that my start of my career, which is not enough, just last year actually. And so I want to motivate students, especially here, and also those who are not students who are in search of jobs. So I would love to know my audience actually. How many of us here are in search of a job? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Hands are coming. 5. Okay, okay. How many of us here have jobs? Oh, okay, that's cool. How many of us are students and are working? Wow, that's great. That's lovely. Okay, I'm curious. How many of us here are sponsoring front end developers? Front end, not back end, mobile app. Oh, really? That's cool. Okay, so for myself, I'm a front end engineer. I started out in January last year. I gave a job by August. And I just want to share some bit of my story to motivate and then help anyone who is in search actually. And then hopefully those who are getting a job, they will keep on to help those who need a job because we all need job and we need money, right? We need the motivation because can somehow like you're learning something and it's like this stuff really working. Am I in the right plan? So starting with okay, this is more like me actually, I'm a very simple person. I'm going for a wedding. Not talk to the wedding and this event. It's not like everybody know who they actually. So I love it. It's good to be here. Yeah. I'll talk about dealing with imposter syndrome and tutorial help. So when I began my tech journey, one of the issues I was having was first off tutorial help. It was like okay, especially the JavaScript part for front end developers. I was feeling like okay, I need to finish this 3 hours YouTube video like Jonas, and then need to watch this other video. I need to watch this other video. Although I watched videos upon videos upon videos, and I ended up forgetting some of the stuff. And I just want to say, for many of us who are stuck in that stuff, I was watching videos and I was seeing people say, I learned JavaScript for 8 months. I've been on React for 2 years. I was like, is there an end to this stuff? My brain was literally crashing, sort of. Yeah, it was. And so to anyone who is there, who is stuck on you're learning HTML and CSS for 3 months, 4 months. Please take a chill pill actually because the truth is that you actually end up forgetting a good number of those steps. Do more on practice. Practice like you can go on front end methods for front end developers. And I believe there are many different kind of practice stuff for every field in tech. Go on more of practice, volunteering, like hands-on practical experience. Does that mean that tutorial videos, YouTube videos are a waste of time? No. Some people spend so much money on Coursera courses, they are good, but know the limit. Don't waste money on learning React. You will forget how to use effect tools after some time. I'm telling you the truth. So, and then dealing with imposter syndrome. You can be learning something for maybe a year, and you're feeling like I'm still not good at this stuff. If I get a job, can I do this thing? The truth is that everyone has been there. I'm telling you the truth. Everyone has been there. Like even seniors still have to refer to people to get some things because they forget these things. It's the normal human nature stuff. So don't be feeling as if I'm not good enough. Figure out how to move some bit of fear, and then I love to read directly from here. And I have behind the pains of imposter syndrome and the cultural cycle of tutorial help is the core phenomenon called fear. Fear, like a spirit, it can flee if you face it head on and refuse to be minimized. The vicious lie of inadequacy you tell yourself as the excuse not to go out there could be the primary reason you have no job. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? So yeah, I don't know who this message is for right now. You've been working on tutorial videos for months. Please believe in yourself. Just go out there and try. Try and do something. Try and apply. Just believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. And what is the worst thing that will happen to you? It's going to be no. But guess what? You learned something. And you learned something you thought you knew, but you did not actually know. And then right there, at that point, you now work on that part. The best experience you can have is on the job, not on YouTube. It's on the job. I'm telling you the truth. Like, so after spending so many hours on JavaScript, I didn't end up forgetting some math format till I was faced with it. And I didn't really, like say, appreciate what I was learning till I got the job. And I saw the hands-on, the real-life experience or application of those things I learned. And then I had to reference back to Google. I was surprised when I picked up my notes after some months. I was like, so you have learned this thing before. So there's a place for that too. There's a place for tutorial, all right, but no recruiter is interested in how long it took you to learn React, any framework, Django, anything really. What matters is that what I'm trying to say is just go out. Like, enough with tutorial help, enough with learning. Tell yourself, I can do this. So I want to share a story. Who wants to hear about this story? Myself, my colleague, and I want to share a story about it. Who is interested in hearing the story? Oh, okay. No, so I'm interested. Since you're all interested, I'll share it. I want to share this on DareToBe, believing in yourself. So I got into the first stage of outreach. I hope everyone here knows about outreach, right? For software developers, it's an internship program organized for sort of like minority, sort of like black and all that. So like minorities, they feel minorities in tech. So mostly females, they get the opportunities a lot. Please, if you're into software development, try to read about outreach. The pay is nice. The experience is awesome. So I got into the first stage. And when I got into the first phase of let's say I passed the initial phase to the second phase of the application. And you are faced with contributing to some things. I was seeing, at this point, I knew React very well. I was seeing React, Django, Python, my maths failed. I felt like this stuff was too big for me. I was seeing Docker stuff, my head was being bam, bam, bam. And you know what? I did not contribute again because I did not believe in myself. I was shocked to find out that someone who later became my colleague was actually in outreach. This girl does not know React. The only skill she had was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And somehow she got in. That's what I'm talking about, believing in yourself. When she told me, I was shocked. I was like, I saw Django, I saw Python, I could not move forward. She said, yeah, I only know JavaScript, I entered. I was like, what did you do? She said, no, I'm not confident. I believe in myself. I was like, what? I'm like, I thought you had to get the JavaScript, I entered. Yes. She told me that somebody that has Windows 7, like cannot run Docker, entered. I was shocked. I was like, are you serious? What am I trying to say? Please, for each and every one of you here, believe in yourself. Someone say, believe in myself. Someone say, I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
Yes, there is out there. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So this friend of mine, she believed in herself and she got a just JavaScript knowledge. I was like, yeah, what did you do? She said, I only know JavaScript and I bombarded them with JavaScript. Like I bombed them with JavaScript. I bombed their Slack channel with JavaScript. Only how I was taking from in that company. Okay, there are two Indians, but just was in Nigeria in that company. I teach her, maybe an Indian or so. She got, it was like $6,000. was really cool. Like, yeah, it was a million, $6,000, $7,000. That was what she got. It's just JavaScript. I need that new Ghana was. So everyone try to do what? Believe in yourself. Then I'm talking about a growth mindset. One of the ways to, or let's say, the fundamental part of believing in yourself is having a growth mindset. Does anyone here know what is a growth mindset? Ever heard of it? No one? Or you're shy to share? You know something? Okay, so this is my definition. A growth mindset is the belief that through work and dedication, you will be better each day at your skill. What am I trying to say? That this lady here, what's the field? What do you mean? What are you learning? What are you learning in tech? You're not venturing if you're still aspiring. Who else has learned something in tech? And okay, I don't really know much about your field, but let's say today, what is this? Oye is she's good at perhaps two stuff, two tools with VA, right? Then she says, okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm becoming a better part of Oye. Oye comes to the event, she can see one or two things that a virtual assistant can do. She adds that to her knowledge. She has learned some stuff about her portfolio. She has learned something like GitHub and LinkedIn and some things. I'm trying to say every day you get better. Someone say every day I get better. Every day I get better. The growth mindset is about learning something each day, especially concerning your field, even about soft skills. Today you could just know HTML, CSS. Tomorrow you're aspiring to learn JavaScript. What I'm trying to say is don't be static, don't be constant, don't be like a pool of water that is not growing. Mosquitoes will breed on you. So according to Western Governors University, a growth mindset means that you try or challenge and you don't see failure as a way to describe yourself, but as a springboard for growth and developing your ability. So talking about how to develop a growth mindset, especially with your jobs, irrespective of your feeling. Like before I got my job, 6 months into transition into tech, that was January, around June, I saw someone made a post about a spot being open in the company. I applied. I was not interested because I wanted a remote job. Okay, so I did not want an on-site job because of my family. I have 2 kids, so I don't want to run motherhood going to work every day. I wanted a remote job. Then I went there. I still went for the interview. Why? Because I knew I would learn something. That's what I'm talking about. Taking on challenges with the aim of learning something new. When I went there, I learned how to conduct myself in the interview. I would have been given the stuff, but I really did not want the job. That was the truth. But I learned how to conduct myself for an interview. I learned how to present myself, and I learned confidence in the interview. So you might be saying that, okay, so someone applies, says, okay, there's a post open at my company, and you're like, okay, I'm not really up to that level. Try and apply. Even no matter what, you can learn how to even apply for jobs. You can learn how to become so immune to rejection letters. You can learn something new every day. Every opportunity, every day that brings is a day to learn something new. So that's the mindset I want. So the experience on the previous one, that was my second interview. I was very more prepared because of the experience I had in the first one. So when I came, the guy did not really take me based on my recruiter did not take me based on what I did during the test. So the way I presented myself, the confidence was high, the morale was high because of the experience I had in the previous interview. So you build on experiences. Don't hide yourself. Come out and do something. You know, Gary and teach a lot of things about how to handle people, how to talk to people. The guy picked me was like, why he's choosing me is because I said I love to get the work done. And that's I said it because of my experience in the last interview. And he was like, you don't love to have confidence. So speaking for the job. Because I got my job, basically. So conferences, meetups with the mindset to learn something new. Should I learn something new? I learned about StreamYard.com. I saw the stuff where you are streaming on Agora stuff. That was the mindset you should have. Don't move up and down. Be intentional about learning. Don't move up and down without learning something. You could just be here and maybe I'm observing the laptop specs they are using. I'm observing kind of network works here. Why does this network work here? Why doesn't it work here? And then so we try to learn something new. Each day is a day to learn something about your field, about how to relate to someone, about how to talk. You know, just put it in mannerisms, how to say a speech. Try to learn something new. Could even be on how to volunteer. So attend interviews, conferences with mindset to learn something new. Learn something new about your field daily. And don't be scared of rejection. You need to build, especially, you need to build a strong armor to rejection. You can apply for a 1,000 jobs and get 500 rejection. Some people be wondering, this one will reject me or no come, I don't put the right email. But you need to be strong to reject mails. But does not mean that I support for applying for 1,000 jobs. You need to ask yourself, those that are applying for 2 jobs and getting this, what are they doing different from mine? So you need to go and check out their CVs too. So always be intentional about growing your mind, growing your mind, growing your mind. Don't be static. So the opposite of a growth mindset is a what? Who else wants to have a growth mindset? I hope everyone, people that can see hands up, no problem. Taking your job search far and wide. When you are in need or in search of a job, start to carry out my gala for head. Go to LinkedIn, go to YouTube, okay, YouTube, no, WhatsApp. I got mine through Slack channel. She called Africa. Who here is not in the, who here is in this code in the channel? That was how I got my best opportunity. I had many Slack channels, WhatsApp groups. Oh God, the search was intense because I gave myself a limit. I need to make not I love money. So I need to start working actually. So I give myself a limit that before this time I want to get a job and what they work for. So take your job search far and wide. Carry it like Ghana or head. Or go on LinkedIn. Be on Indeed. Search. Tell your friend how far you get space without a company. I need job. I need that. Open your mouth. See, when you want something, you go for it. It works for me. When I set my mind for something, it comes to me. But when I'm nonchalant about it, you can go your way. Be serious, intentional. I need job. I get job for you. You can carry your bag and go to the job. I need software developer for you. So take advantage of job platforms. Be portfolio ready. Don't go and say, I need job. Where's your resume? Hey, let me go and edit my resume. No, you need to be ready. Before you go out, arrange yourself. And how they say, people wake or wake meeting. As you wake up, arrange yourself in the privacy of your room. If someone asks what can I do, where's my portfolio? Have your resume, your thinking, your stuff. If you want to go a step further, to have a website posted on Netlify or any free hosting site, that's wonderful too. So that when they say, where is your stuff, you present, okay? Then take advantage of tech groups and channels. Chico's Africa Slack channel, it works for me. I'm also advertising it for each and every one of you. Join it. You have GTG chat groups, WhatsApp groups. These are places you really want to be if you want a job or you're looking for a job. You can be placed anywhere. Someone I know got his first foreign job through a WhatsApp status. Someone just posted that, okay, the company I'm working for, I've promised a front-end engineer. He was like, oh, I beg, see my stuff. Don't submit there like that to his friend. WhatsApp status. So that was how he got it. They sent him a test. He did it, so I got it. I was paid in dollars, 2 nice cash. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. carry your matter like gala for head. You can even join Facebook groups, Telegram groups. There are many groups out there. Search for these groups. Okay, so talking about having a motivation blog. Someone talked about motivation, because it's all right. Okay, so as I said when I was starting this speech, there are so many negative talks out there. AI is out, chat is here to steal our jobs. There's cash crunch. Microsoft is laying off workers. You want to know the truth? Someone got recruited this week. Someone possibly received her own employment letter today. Things are still moving forward, babes. Like seriously, I know someone who was taken by Microsoft from Nigeria. And let me make this clear. This guy is not even a computer science graduate. Sorry, was my set in Pluto. The guy left just 5 years of being in tech. Microsoft took it, paid for everything, his visa, everything, just last year. And even this year, when they were saying they're laying off workers, I was so scared for him. But he was like, he's comfortable where he is. And because his department is producing money for Microsoft. That was the confidence he had. So don't give your ears to negative talk. Listen, you need to be mindful of the energy around you, okay? Don't listen to those that say there's no job. Even if there's no job, you will get a job. Even if there's only one job in this world, tell yourself, and you will get that. So you need to be intentional about what comes to your mind. Don't listen to any of any other person's negative idea, negative talk. You will get a job. If they say there are no co-founders, there are no founders, female founders in Nigeria, and that's your aspiration, hey, I'm going to be a female founder. Be proud about your aspiration. Be intentional about working towards it and work for you. Okay? So go for good blogs, mentors, friends, cool stories on Twitter. Avoid depressing tales like plague, like COVID-19. When you are hearing your job no day again, no, this place is oversaturated, no. Avoid like COVID-19, get face masks, apply sanitizer, do them like this, so that away from me, okay? So let's talk about value creation, being impactful and letting your light shine. At times, when you're seeking for a movement in your career, what can really help is creating values for others. Like now we have a group like this, talking around. I heard about this graphic designer that did these stuff, very awesome stuff. If I see someone in need of a graphic designer, the first thing I will do is to call Joy and say, who this is that one that did that design this stuff, because these stuff are awesome. So volunteering can help you in your job search. Not volunteering because of you want to get a job, but from your heart, you want to help people. You want to help in self-defense, you want to impact lives. So leverage your social media platforms to share your tech stories, growth and more. Like Adora, I've known Adora for some time. She has blogs like on YouTube far back when she was in school. So these are things you can do. She's very intentional about her space on Twitter and all that. She's like into cloud days. I know her journey from her internship days, her IT days rather. So these are things, especially if you're a student, you have TikTok. Don't just be going there and be liking other people's posts. Even if you're not making money yet, or even not making money at all, those platforms. Post about your IT stuff, about this post stuff. Be intentional on Twitter. Post these things. Someone can be passing by and say, okay, I love what you post about maybe about DSA, about data structures. I love your mentality. And from there you can get a job. From there, just like what you post. This person I'm talking about that got a job at Microsoft. What did he do? Just on LinkedIn, he used to post things about Bitcode. The people that connected him, just went to his DM. Post of Bitcode. Posts about Bitcode. A recruiter just went to his DM and linked him up to Microsoft recruitment team. Just like that. So be intentional about creating your content. If you are a social media kind of person, I'm not yet, I'm hoping to be. If you're a social media kind of person, work on it. So engage in service delivery for free. Engage in service delivery and volunteering for free. Before I got my job, Someone contacted me and was like, okay, that he wants us to work on a project. It's just to volunteer free. I he does not have a job too. I said, okay, so I know students that do this stuff. That was how we are doing it. Less than a week of us had our jobs. But the project didn't crash because we don't have time to complete it. Because you know why? That's let's say the space around us was just busy, busy, busy. We are busy creating things. And I learned something like I learned about Jira through that free stuff I did, through that volunteer I did. I learned about Jira software. And I'm using it right now. Not like I'm using it, but at least the knowledge of managing projects is still with me. So when you are on channels and someone says, I need a volunteer, try and go for it. At times, the way to get money is to move your mind from money. That's the truth. So whenever you are, this is an opportunity, talking about growth mindset, go for it. Don't go and say, all these free ones you said, and this one they stage you. No, don't go for it. You will learn something new. Then forget money, focus on people and solving their problems. The money will eventually come. You can see that someone talked about how she was sleeping at work because of those are things that should motivate you to. At times, as if you're a student and you have people who are trying to come into tech, you can teach them HTML and CSS for free. You can even go online and be doing it for free. These things have a way of drawing good things your way. But if you are doing anything, please don't put your mind on money and just do it from your heart. Please, oh. Then I want to talk about trying transparency, developing a good reputation, values and character will be helpful in your tech career and growth. Craft a truthful resume. Avoid the urge to lie about your years of experience and skill set. Everything will fall in line. A good reputation is better than riches. What I'm trying to say is this is my mindset actually. I'm not trying to impose it on anyone. But as young people, I always want to, I'm kind of passionate about seeing a Nigeria with good values. I'm not really happy with the state of things. Everywhere we have a bad name. And these are because of little things we ignore or say is nothing. Many people I know some people who just have 1 year of experience. In their resume, they have 4 years of experience. They have 4 different companies. If you see lines, then I see that a lot. They will say it works for them. So by the grace of God, I did not lie about my years of experience. I was really truthful. Hey, I wanted to volunteer for one project, which was just a week or thereabout, and I got mine. And I'm still using that my year of experience. This is my new one, even on my LinkedIn and on my resume. So please, we want to see a Nigeria with truthful people. It's really important to have good value set. Someone can say, yes, I know someone that lied about his resume and he got a good job. It does not matter. Really, I'm not trying to say he must practice witchcraft. That somebody lied and got a good job does not mean that somebody lied does not mean that he must not get a good job. This is person's view, person's law. What I'm just trying to say is, as young people, let us try to be truthful. Let us try to raise a generation of people with good values, really. Don't just as much as possible limit the lies. I'm not trying to impose it on you, but if you are bothered, like you have never seen anyone that does not lie in their resume, by the grace of God, like somehow I did not lie and I got a job. So just to motivate you, you must not lie about your years of experience. If you have learned something for 2 years, say I learned this thing for 2 years and volunteered for, you was not right for 1 week, just right from this month, this year to present. Just be smart about it. I did not write aspiring software developer on my resume. I just wrote software developer. I don't write junior software developer. I just want to front end developer. Anything that you know that don't need those kind of people, remove them as much as possible. Try to be truthful and don't be a witch about it. Don't go and say, why did this person not get his own job? You get his job. Person's but just follow your own path. Even more important than building a richer Nigeria is building a Nigeria whose citizens are known for good values. Yeah, I want to see a Nigeria, a better Nigeria. I really want to see that. So let us try in our little ways to start it. We will not die. Okay, so this is my last advice. The best advice I can share with you today is pray. I won't lie. I got a lot of my job search was on my knees. Oh boy, I prayed. Like I prayed, I fasted, I knew I needed divine intervention. So yeah, if you're someone that believes in the fact that God can help, my dear, go and pray. Pray it, pray it. I prayed it. I said, God, please, this job, give me today. I could make promises. I even spoke into my life. I spoke favor, authoritative prayers. So if you're someone who can pray, get on your knees and pray. Ask God for that job. Daddy, I want this job. I need that. He will give it to you if you have the faith. I need this is real. So that's the end of my talk. You have questions? Any question? Anyone? Everyone understands anything. Everyone is too hungry to ask. Which one? People's bellies are rumbling. Anyone have a question? Okay, no problem. Yeah, come away.
So, so when
I'm not practicing witchcraft. I'm not forcing anyone to do what I said, but an advice to do. But at the same time, you need to learn how to, be bold about your situation. When I was interviewed, you were like, "Do you have any job experience? What's your job experience?" That was the question. What's your job experience? I said, I'm volunteer a team. That's my job experience. See you. My job experience. If they ask for your job experience, I wrote before I got job, I wrote front end developer, volunteer, this time to this time. So you can answer, what's your job experience? Volunteer, this time. Because volunteer is it because of they not paying you. You can even write, I work, it's a work. You can even do more than the senior on that team as a volunteer. Yes, maybe your title was a volunteer. So you can just write if you want to volunteer. You can just write your title was a volunteer product designer in this place. Whether they paid you or they not pay you, it's not what you did. You not do any work as a volunteer. As a product designer, it's not experience. The experience. If they ask you for your experience, that's your experience. You throw it at them. Because they not pay you does not mean it's not a work experience. Just like if they ask, were you a senior, were you a junior? No, I worked as a volunteer at the team. I was a product designer at this work. Because you give product designing job, right? It's volunteer the name of a job. Is there any job called, like, if you have a project, they'll say, what are you doing? I'm doing volunteer. They are working as a product designer, as a front-end developer in that project. The only thing is no one is paying you. You're volunteering. So when they ask you for your job experience, I was a product designer at this place. In what capacity? That is when you now say, I ventured, I worked as a volunteer. You need to learn how to structure yourself and present yourself fine. Any other question?
I work at a paper company. So most times when we apply for jobs, the client will be like, you have an idea of this work. Most times we lie, but then we not rush to know that. So as long as you're willing to learn, I don't think you can learn it.
It's not witchcraft, really. Even there was that when I was first time, I was asked about videos. I don't know about videos. What I said was that I've heard about videos, state management. I can learn it in a short time. So it depends on you. It's what works for me. Does not mean that it not work for you. It doesn't mean it not work for you. It's just my ideology. All right. Thank you. Now, question. Okay. Sorry, operators.
It's about searching for jobs. So basically, in my niche, you you tend to have a lot of skills that are required to even get into this space. And another thing, in photo, we don't really have a community for data analysis or data analytics. So to even get connection, even at an entry level, it's so difficult. Do you have anything that probably would be easier? But data analysis, at least the basic is Excel, SQL. So, and when you don't have a community that can help you practice and you need projects to showcase these things, what do you do?
First off, also stop from starting your community. Oh yeah, you can. And people that start community, they have two heads. It's not just one fine head like you. Start your community if you need a community. But to the online communities, WhatsApp groups, like some groups like that, like I know about students, they teach about data science. I think ALX is starting a program about data analysis. So these are young people you can look up to and then learn. Number three, I'm not really someone that learns the community and learns better on my own and learn faster. Everybody learns differently. If you learn the community, no problem. But on this journey, you can meet a body at school, and they will put it in your department group or your faculty. Hey, anyone into this stuff. You're surprised to see those that have gone further than you. You can meet up with them and learn together, do projects together, and collaborate. So
Thank you. Thank you.
lots of love. Hi.
See the round of applause.
So, you asked about community. I think okay, so there's another sense for me for Pluto. I think the most deadly is for Pluto. You get praise. So it's kind of the benefit for the sense Nigeria for Pluto. And I think they also do data warehouse. Data warehouse are training for data science, right? So you can also reach out to them for that. They can also help you. I think it's the flyer that share. So thank you.
Thank you guys. Some of that session was packed. I'm sure that we got a lot of it. Please, they think she know like it's not easy. She just trying to be as honest as possible. And we have there to be smart about it. It's just be smart about it. So next we are going to be taking pictures. What's the picture? What's the picture? Jesus. Please let's get your first outside and let's take pictures.
I'll be wished like that.